Barely 6 months after the president refused to assent to the income tax amendment bill, early this week it was retabled in the August House. If assented to and gazetted, the law will exempt MPs from paying taxes on their transport allowance. In May, the president wrote to Speaker Rebecca Kadaga opining that MPs lack the moral right to exempt any of their emoluments from taxes, and doing so would send a dangerous message. With fear that the bill could once again sail through the House, a number of watchdog organizations held a news conference this morning calling upon the electorate to reject the lawmakers for pursuing a selfish agenda.
First, what we are going to do is we are going to continue mobilizing the citizens to shun them, because citizens need to make a connection between members of parliament not paying tax and the whole issue of poor service delivery. Because members of parliament have continuously said that the reason why they need a lot of money is because their constituencies are begging them. So we need to ask ourselves, why are people begging? If people are begging, then that means there's a problem with the systems are not working.
Civil society budget advocacy groups Julius Mukunda says if the MPs turn a blind eye, the decision will only worsen the plight of the ordinary citizens and affect service delivery.
We will lose around 49.4 billion annually if this proposal is signed into law. Looking at the total number of MPs in the tenth parliament, the country stands to lose over this amount of money. This money can close the following funding gaps: 4.4 billion for hiring 250 science teachers and 100 art teachers, 3.35 billion to start the National Health Insurance Scheme, which has stagnated for the last 10 years, 36 billion to hire 3,542 health workers, and 2 billion to revitalize cooperatives in this country.
You see, we need to be strategic in all our campaigns that we're doing. Obviously, in the event that they pass it, which won't be very surprising, then we need to strategize for the next election.
In February this year, Judge Henry Adonyo of the Commercial Court ordered that MPs' allowances, including mileage and constituency allowances, sitting allowances for committee sessions, town running allowances, basic pay, and car purchase allowances, among others, be taxed. This followed a petition by Francis Biamugisha, a concerned citizen, who argued that if MPs' allowances are not taxed, it will result in a collection deficit.
Because the more money they earn, then the more taxes we're going to get. But you see, you're earning huge amounts of money, but you don't want to pay tax. So the problem may not necessarily be with the law, because you see, it was amended to include that provision, but they want to remove that provision. So the law is the law has a good spirit behind it, but the people who are supposed to enforce and implement it are the ones that have an.
All other citizens pay taxes on their allowances, including the medical workers, the teachers, and the private citizens, like lunch allowances for medical workers, sitting allowances for district councillors.
In parliamentary legislative procedures, if a bill is rejected to be assented to by the president twice, Parliament can pass it basing on a vote of less than 2/3 of the whole House.